Hi, I'm here with Artem Levin, and he's application specialist at Malvern Panalytical. And you work with the Z-Decizer on a daily basis, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And what is the power of the Z-Decizer?
Well, I think the most interesting and powerful thing about the Z-Decizer is that it is really easy to use, but still it is very powerful regarding the data that you get, because if you know what you are doing, you can get a lot of parameters from it.
Do you need to know what you're doing?
It depends. You don't need to know what you are doing to operate the system, but there is, of course, some knowledge in behind to write the scripts for it.
Yeah.
So the person operating the device doesn't need to know the subject, but the person analyzing it or evaluating it should.
Okay, clear. What do you personally think are the biggest advantages of the Z-Decizer?
Well, as an application specialist, I don't like to compete on specifications itself, but what I think are the biggest advantages of the instrument are the ease of use, because it is really easy to use. You don't basically need to train the people, because it is self-explanatory, starting from the installation to the operation of the system and the software, and still it is very powerful. And in addition, it is very versatile, so we have 6 configurations, so depending on your application and budgets, there is for sure some configuration that fits both.
Yeah, a version that fits your needs, basically. Yeah. Did it ever surprise you, the Z-Decizer?
Well, basically, it surprised me when I was first using it, because I used to work with the older Nano version as well. And when I was first using the models, the multi-angle DLS capability of the instrument, I was really surprised of the resolution it can really give, because you could measure things that were not possible before, basically with the same device.
So was that like an aha moment at the office? Yeah. Yeah? Okay. And do you remember what you analyzed when you first used it?
The first thing that you analyze is always a standard, because you kind of have the expectation that it's going to work.
Yeah, so you have to have a reference point basically to know if it's better. Yeah, makes sense. So you work with the Z-Decizer for both industrial applications and university research.
Yes.
What's the difference, if you can explain that?
Well, basically the difference is the points that are important for you. For industry, it is most likely that you can cover a lot of applications with it, and it is very easy to use. That means if you hire new people, you don't need to invest a lot of time and money to train them. They don't even need to know the subject to operate the system. As long as the manager or the supervisor knows what is being done there, they are fine. And of course, it does come with OmniTrust. This is our instrument agnostic regulatory compliance and data integrity system, and this is very important for the industry, especially if they're working in a GMP environment.
And academia?
In academia, these might be different things. I would say that one of the most important things is the robustness of the instrument, because if an academic customer buys the instrument, they usually cannot afford to maintain it by us on annual basis, and it will still work for ages. With the old Nano series, we have instruments out there that have been working for decades, and they are still running and don't need to be replaced. In spite, you need an upgrade in capability, but they are still running.
It truly is the workhorse.
Yeah, for sure. And what I would say is a big advantage for academia as well is the applicational support that we do offer to them, because sometimes if you get a new device at the facility, it can be difficult to get started with it, to get to know the applications, and this is where we don't let the customers alone. They can reach out to us and discuss the data, discuss the application, and also discuss the method development, and we are here to help.
And that's the fun part of your job, I guess. Yeah, I get that. Is there a specific element that you love about the Z-Decizer?
I would say that I like about the Z-Decizer most that it is very versatile. So if you really know what you are doing and know how the systems work, you can really get a lot of it, because it combines basically 3 techniques: the dynamic light scattering, the static light scattering, and the electrophoretic light scattering. And combining all 3 of them gives you a lot of data.
Okay, well, thank you very, very much on this introduction.
Yeah, you're welcome.